Entrepreneurs from around the world have submitted their business ideas to angelsgate.com. The best will get a slice of a multi-million-dollar fund, but only if they get past the gatekeepers, 4 of Asia's top angel investors, who will have their business dreams come true. This is Singapore, where the gatekeepers of the Angels Gate Fund have gathered. There's Ken Mandel, digital advertising and technology guru. William Klipjan, internet investor whose company was acquired by Yahoo in one of Europe's largest technology transactions. Patrick Grove, one of Asia's best young entrepreneurs with a portfolio worth over $200 million. And Karan Singh Thakral, executive director of the Thakral Group, a century-old family business that spans the globe. They're here to meet these entrepreneurs, selected by the Angels Gate community. But they're not handing out checks just yet. First, entrepreneurs must do an elevator pitch, literally. They have to excite one of the angels before the lift reaches the top floor. One by one, entrepreneurs drop out of this high-pressure situation. Hoping to buck the trend is Gary Au, who wants to make a zombie movie.
I'm the writer, producer, director of this movie, and I'm using complete unknowns. In a zombie movie, you're looking at lots and lots of zombies, as well as, people playing extras running from zombies, running towards zombies. If you can sort of point a camera at a crowd and say, all right, people, run, scream in fear, well, the other half of the cast is doing this. It's pretty enough. It's enough for a zombie flick.
But can Gary convince Karan in just 30 seconds?
My name is Gary Au. I'm a movie producer. I'm looking to make Singapore's first zombie blockbuster movie, Shen of the Dead.
Unfortunately, I'm not a zombie movie fan.
No problem.
I'm really sorry.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. I don't like zombie movies. Since young, I've seen only one, and I regret seeing that one.
Lacking a deep understanding of the movie industry, Karan wisely stays away. Karan's next appointment is with Ritendra, who's developed a computer program that predicts how useful complex software will be before a company buys it. The wrong software can cost institutions like banks and hospitals millions of dollars.
It's a grand product. It's a game changer. We, for example, have a mail of appreciation from Bill Gates personally, his office, backing this product. And we believe we are at a point where we have the product getting ready. There's going to be something tangible in hand to look at and feel for. And maybe that'll give a little bit more confidence to the investor to be able to go ahead.
Hi, I'm Ritendra Banerjee. Companies spend significant amount of technology and investment time, but they are not able to make the technology work. Then they say, okay, maybe we should spend a little bit more on testing it. Doesn't work. Insuring it. Doesn't work. We have a software that will help you make it work.
There's nothing quite like Ritendra's product on the market, which makes it hard for Karan to visualize it. So Ritendra plays his trump card.
I've got 8 customers who have signed up for it. We want to launch it commercially from January.
For a startup in the field of software analysis, 8 customers is a big deal.
I don't mind seeing your product. We'll see you second round.
Sure.
Welcome to
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Ritendra now has first mover advantage, 8 clients and a vote of approval from Bill Gates. His case looks watertight.
Good evening. I'm Ritendra Banerjee from PomPom. For a pre-evaluation of 10 million US, we are offering up to 30% for 3 million. If you look at close to, say, about $3,000 billion of IT work that happens in the world, the statistics which show that not more than 50% of these technologies have actually paid off. There's a classic example of an US-based airline which invested $100 million US dollars to buy a technology to run their ticketing systems, didn't work, spent another $100 million testing it, and when finally everything was not working, they said, hey, maybe we should got to find a way to insure it, and bought an insurance cover as well for another $150 million US. We believe the time has come to be able to take a step back and look at technology and what technology can actually do for you. And there's enough potential for us to be able to bring in an analytics product that'll help companies decide on which technologies to use and how to make those technologies work for you. Who's betting on it? I guess, as they say, nothing like paying customers. As we are developing this product currently, we have 3 customers who are willing to invest. We also have a personal commendation from Bill Gates himself. In fact, one of the wackiest things that I did was to approach him and see if he would be interested in helping us take this off the ground. Microsoft policies did not permit him to do that, but he did give us enough backing and said it was fairly impressive.
You said Bill Gates has actually said this product is good.
That's right.
Bill Gates is investing himself, his own money.
Let me show you that email from Bill Gates. There's an email that goes, and I don't know if you can read it, but what it basically says is the crux why he's not investing right now yet is he believes that the source code for that needs to be something that he wants to control. I mean, there's a very private discussion, and we believe he would like to hold on to it. It's a validation.
Very small point, but I'm trying to squint at that, and I realize that that's not from Bill Gates. That's from a business development manager named Greg Morrison, replying on behalf of the office of the chairman.
That's right.
Okay, small point, but you kind of portrayed it like it was from Bill Gates.
No, I said Bill Gates' office. Yeah. But all right, let's face it. I'm not saying that I'm back.
No, I can't. Let's face it, because that kind of integrity is important to me.
Absolutely.
And I think you've misrepresented that. And frankly, that to me is not a small deal.
Sure. I'm sorry if I've not been able to communicate this in the right way, but yeah, otherwise looking at it, I wouldn't have showed you the email if I wasn't wanting to share that with you.
Well, it's an integrity issue.
Sure.
Ritendra's integrity issues have William wondering what else he might have misrepresented.
Let me ask you a short question. You mentioned you already had customers interested and somebody would like to pay for it. Do you have any signed contracts with your customers?
We do have signed contracts, yes.
How many are signed?
3 are signed.
3 are signed?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The first one's been done, and the other 2, we are negotiating the price. But they've given a sign-off on the fact that they want to pilot this product.
With Ritendra's customers going from 8 to 3 to 1, his company is looking pretty shady. Ritendra has developed a computer program that predicts how useful software will be before a company buys it. It could be worth millions, but the angels don't like his shifting story.
Do you have any signed contracts with your customers?
We do have signed contracts, yes.
How many are signed?
3 are signed.
3 are signed?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The first one's been done, and the other 2, we are negotiating the price. But they've given a sign-off on the fact that they want to pilot this product.
With 2 customers still thinking about how much to pay, the value of Ritendra's company is dropping fast.
One last question for me. How do you get your evaluation? I mean, it seems really high for a business that's pretty much just started.
Yeah. Sure. I think the way we looked at it is we primarily used 2 parameters there. One is we looked at the customers who are signing up and the kind of deal sizes we're talking about. So we did a discounted cash flow on that. The other is, of course, we wanted to put an investment figure to the organization capital of the team that's in place. So these are primarily the 2 parameters on which we've done some initial
Before we wrap this up, how many people are under contract directly hired by PomPom today?
3.
3?
Yep.
And your valuation is how much?
10 million US.
I have no more questions. Okay, I think the angels need to talk now.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, I like the business as a whole. I think it's addressing a very, very valid market. There's a credibility concern I have right now, but I believe in the business space.
For me, this is a complete no. This is stay away, don't go anywhere near this. I mean, at the end of the day, anyone can come up with a great idea or a great space to tackle, but it really comes down to the entrepreneur. And for me, if there's no credibility with the entrepreneur, I don't even care what space he's in, I don't care how smart he is. If there's a credibility issue, I don't even want free shares in the business.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I don't kind of agree. You get in front of a group of investors. Credibility is everything, especially in Asia. For me, I'm with Patrick, I'm out.
the valuation is far too high. And the customers, he said, is signed 3, then it came up like we signed 1, 2 are still under negotiation. So I share.
That's the second credibility issue, actually.
3 people, $10 million valuation. I mean,
I'm out as well.
I'm totally out.
So what should our negotiation strategy be?
Lock the darn gate.
First of all, Richard, thank you very much for flying from all the way from Delhi.
Thank you.
After going through all the thing, all the judges came to a position that angels are not interests.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And your team.
Thank you.
You know, he's a struggling entrepreneur looking for funding, and I've been there as well, and you know, I would do whatever it takes to get funding. You know, like he got on a plane and flew 7 hours to see us, but the one thing that you just don't do is misrepresent to, you know, someone who's going to give you money. I hope he learns from this experience, and that if he does have something there, his future presentations to other potential investors, you know, pitches what he's really good at and what he does have and what he doesn't have.
So it's back to the elevator pitch to find more investment opportunities from passionate and enthusiastic entrepreneurs.
Do you drive? I think you do. I've got an idea for you. When you're driving, it's very boring. My idea is actually to pitch something down there, like to have a video to play, so that when you're like resting, especially jam or traffic jam, you're very, very bad, right? I think it's very good one.
You know what? I don't think this is the right show for you. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Hoping for a different fate is Gui Shen. He's developed an app that shows where to get the best deal for whatever you want to buy. But with 3 failed businesses over 8 years, Gui is running out of chances.
My wife has been very supportive, working and supporting the family while I try to get this company off the ground. And I really feel a big responsibility to my wife and 2 daughters to really make this work. Hi Patrick, I'm Gui.
How you doing?
A shampoo like this is available pretty much in every single shop here on the island. Every single product like this has a barcode. What we do is we turn the iPhone camera into a barcode scanner and we show you how much everything is around you.
This is a mock-up, or you've already built this?
No, all the data are real and contributed by real users.
And you've already launched this?
We've already launched this 1 month ago.
How's it going so far?
We've had 20,000 downloads in the Singapore App Store.
You know what? I like it. I think your idea is in the right place at the right time. I'd love to know more.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Angel's Gate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Woohoo! Yeah. Gui ticks all the boxes. Working product, strong numbers, easy to understand idea. But will it hold up to the angel's scrutiny?
My name is Gui Shen from Livan Club. I'm here seeking a $400,000 investment for a 20% equity stake in the company at a 1.6 pre-money valuation. Livan Club is an iPhone app that turns the camera on an iPhone into a barcode scanner. We scan the barcode and we tell you how much it is around you and for the cheapest price. Right now I would like to demonstrate to the angels how the product works. So what you do is you press the scan button and aim the camera of the iPhone, and what it'll tell you is it'll tell you all the prices that are available for this product. Our weekly growth is 100%. We're doubling our user base every week. Right now we have close to 38,000 users in Singapore, and we have 2,000 to 5,000 daily actives.
It's a great idea if prices are up to date. Gui hopes that users will help him out with that, but will they really?
How are you incentivizing people to go and input the price of, you know, a match box or a shampoo bottle? Why would I do that?
Right now, we essentially provide very little external or extrinsic motivation to our users. Our users are motivated by the same sort of motivation that users of Wikipedia are motivated by: the desire to contribute, desire to be greater, to be part of something greater than themselves. That's the core motivation at the moment for our users.
To actually get a useful service, you would need to have millions of products priced by a lot of people to cover all the different stores.
I'll disagree with the premise that we'll need millions of products to provide a useful service to people here in the region. The reason is that there is no data here in Southeast Asia when you do any sort of shopping. So Our solution, while not perfect, is the best solution there is in the region at this point in time. So being that in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, we have a head start on any other potential solutions.
But first mover advantage won't last long if established players enter the market.
Shop Savvy.
Correct.
Right? You've heard of it, right?
Absolutely.
Tell us why you're different than Shop Savvy and why wouldn't they just eat your lunch?
They've looked at it much more from a utilitarian standpoint. Therefore, the virality of their application, I feel, is not as great as what we could do.
Gui's answers have Karan wondering if he's really the right guy to work with.
This is your third startup?
This is the fourth company that I've founded. The two of them have been shut down. One of them is basically sold. I felt like I made a lot of mistakes during that company. One of the reasons why the company shut down was that during the good times, I did not focus enough on growing the business. And when the bad times came around, the business was not in as good shape as it could have been if I had my eye more on the ball.
By showing that he's learned from his mistakes, Gui has turned his failures into an advantage.
Okay, I think the angels need to talk now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Has Gui done enough to get an investment?
So Angels, that was very, very interesting. Actually, I'm quite keen to hear what you think, William, because obviously you've been in the price comparison space before.
He doesn't really know what is the business model, how is he going to distribute this, how is he ensuring that people actually put in enough prices to make the app useful. He needs to find a strategy, and we cannot put money into someone that still hasn't formed his strategy. That is too risky.
And he needs to go beyond Singapore, but he needs to go far beyond that before I think we invest any money.
So you're not ready to invest right now, basically?
I'm not.
With two angels against any investment, Gui's fourth business seems doomed. Gui Shen wants $400,000 for his price comparison app. William and Ken don't want to invest, but Patrick is optimistic.
We said he got, what, 30,000 downloads in the first?
38,000, but I don't know if they're all active.
In the Singapore market, that's a lot of people to get there.
I think we should advise him. I think we should follow him for a while and perhaps ask for equity for that.
The angels decide to hedge their bets. They'll take a stake in the business, but they'll only give advice and not cash. To get Gui to swallow it, they decide to use an escalating demand strategy. They'll lead with a great offer, then ask for a little more every time he says yes.
Won't raise any money, we'd take 5% of money raised.
Sure, but what if he says, no way?
I think he really wants your help. Okay, so why don't we ask him what he thinks and see where we go?
Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah.
Unaware of the angel's strategy, how many times will Gui say yes?
Listen, we like you. We think you're passionate, you know your stuff. This is not your first rodeo.
I think you have something that's going for you. You use the social aspect of having a lot of people crowdsource. I like that. I would really like you to get some advice from us and, look at something like 6 to 12 months of coaching. We can even help you raise money later on. We can take that upon ourselves.
I think if you're willing to pursue the social model and the crowdsource model and figure out your distribution model, then I also would like to advise you.
I'm definitely agreeable to that.
The advice does not come for free, though.
I would be okay with 5%, and same for Ken, so we would take 10% of your company, but we would work with you for 12 months.
I think the question in your mind that you need to ask yourself is that, is your business going to be worth 10% more because you have these two experts on your side? And if the answer is yes, then you're in the money by giving them 10% of your business to consult you over the next 12 months.
Okay. Okay.
Fantastic.
But we actually think it's a little bit too early for money. You've got to realize that Singapore is a small market, which you do. It's a test bed market. But the quicker we get you into the bigger markets like Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, the better.
Would William or would either of you consider making a small, let's say a $50,000 investment?
Right now, today, I'm not ready to offer you cash.
We could cross that bridge when we come to it.
Sure.
And I wouldn't want to say yes without sitting down with you and spending some quality time on strategy.
Okay. I think given the parameters of us working together, I'd be agreeable to the deal.
We would also suggest, if we help you raise funding, we would take 5% of the funding you make, which is industry practice, basically, whoever you would like to work with. So let's summarize. We will provide you with 12 months of coaching, Ken and me. We'll take 5% each of the business. If you raise additional funding or funding for your business, we will take a 5% cut of the funds raised. Do we have a deal?
I came into this asking for money, but I knew that the advice and the strategic relationships that all of you can offer would be more valuable. We have a deal.
Fantastic.
Great, thank you.
Gui leaves blissfully unaware of what the angels have done.
So the strategic advantage that the angels can bring to my business is priceless for me at this time. So I'm happy with the deal.
Gui receives his investment and a head start in giving back to society. Capital and Hope Foundation